So you guys ready for some victory rolls? Awesome. Okay. So victory rolls were a pretty popular hairstyle in the 1940s. Very pin-up, kind of an iconic style. And a lot of people do them really, really wrong. So a couple things. Victory rolls are pin curls, right? So you guys learn pin curls in, I don't know, core, and you can do wet pin curls and dry pin curls. So victory rolls are a method for doing dry pin curls to create lots of volume. And then generally speaking, women who did pin curl or the victory rolls would wear their hair in what's called a snood on the back of their head, and had their hair where it was either in rollers or set, and this was a way to have a style around your face while your hair was still setting in the back. You guys have seen them. They got kind of popular again a couple years ago, the big saggy beanie crocheted looking thing. Those were inspired by the snoods that were worn in the 40s. So the first thing I did was I separated from apex to mastoid process on either side of my doll. I just clipped her back in a little rubber band here to give me some good separation, tame that hair, get it out of the way. You can braid it, you do whatever to the back while you're working on the front. So the first thing that we're gonna do, I have to tilt this down, and then I have to lower her. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna begin by combing the hair on the side of the head straight up. So I'm gonna use my 413 brush, and you're literally gonna comb straight up from the ear, straight up in the air, like you're creating a horn. Then we're going to put in some back combing. So you can choose to take a section and hide your back combing. I'm using my teasing brush right now. I've got her straight up, and I'm gonna go from mid shaft, insert, down, mid shaft, insert, pull down. So I'm creating a little bit of a base, but I wanna make sure that on the back side of this section, I keep it nice and smooth. So you may have to come back in. Using a little product wouldn't be a bad plan. Now I'm gonna add my section back in. Smooth her out in the front. Make sure we've got her all coming straight up. And then, if I can get to my bobby pins, I'll get one of those and have it ready. Probably a better plan to have it first. So then I'm going to raise this back up. Nope. So I'm going to start about my mid shaft and double this hair in half, and I'm just going to create that pin curl. So the point of these is it almost sits like a cornucopia as you roll it down. You don't want to be able to see through. So we're going to come in the front and we're going to bobby pin on the inside. Get that nice loop down. I don't want it looking like that. And it's smoother. So as we wrap this around, we come down, we're gonna bobby pin on the inside. You should get it placed where you want it. It should be right on its base. And then, you see how it's got that nice circle? You shouldn't be able to see air through it. So if you can see my finger wiggling. What you're gonna do on the back side of the head, on the back side of this big pin curl, is you're gonna reach in and you're going to spread this down. So that way it closes the gap in the back. Now you can choose to secure with either a hairpin, so the ones that are big and wide, or you can use another bobby pin. I like a hairpin back here because I feel like it hides better and it is just really sitting this style in. And then we're gonna come in here. Usually a little hairspray will help. Straighten out that front there. Then we have our first victory roll. We're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So a thing with the victory rolls is, one, you can't see through them. You're not supposed to be able to see through that pin curl. The second thing is they need to touch. So when this one is combed all the way up and rolls down in, they need to sit where they're touching on the head. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in and I'm going to comb this all the way up. Straight up to the ceiling. Get that hair going in the direction that I'm looking for. So my doll's got a slight side part. So they're gonna sit a little offset, which is fine. And then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna put my back combing in. So you can use a comb, you can use your teasing brush, you can use really, I mean, anything. You can use the teasing comb with the teeth on it. Just make sure that we get back in here. And see all these fuzzies on the side? If you'll use a soft bristle brush or your teasing brush, even a comb very gently, you can smooth that back out. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to create my pin curl. So you can start at the ends of the hair and wrap it around your fingers and wrap it in and wrap it in. But you can see as you're wrapping down, there's this hole, right? Just making sure that as we get this pin onto its base, oh, it helps if you add your hair back in, doesn't it? No wonder, I was like, why is that sloppy looking? That's why. If you took hair out to hide your back combing, make sure you put it back. Wrap that around. Come down, come down, come down. And I want to make sure that this is sitting, touching my other pin curl. If you have somebody who's got like super, super thick hair, it might be a good idea to use multiple bobby pins inside of your victory rolls. And just like we did on the first one, I'm going to come in here, and where that's sitting up off, I'm going to put a hairpin in and anchor that down. So for your hairpin, come in through where you laid it out, right? Coming through, flip it over, and tuck it. All right. And now, style this out. She does not want to work. Now we have our big, beautiful victory rolls. So generally speaking, the back of the hair is either styled, curled. You could give her, for a really more full effect, you could come in and just like we did with the dry finger waves, you could come in and do a little back brushing underneath. You could create like a little faux bob going on there. You can come in, and once you've got her set out wide, you could take the ends of the hair that are hanging and roll those up and pin them to the hairline for like a shoulder length style. If you so choose. All right, so questions? Nothing? No question.
So there's like leftover hair at the bottom. We just like make it like poofy, I guess.
Yeah, you can, or you can come in and you can curl it and you can brush your curls out, do like almost a Marcel set in the back. That dry finger wave that we did would look beautiful behind the victory rolls. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna pin her up and pretend like she's got some shorter hair because I mean these doll heads have a really big cut. I think I did a square one length and took like an inch off the bottom of mine. So I like them. I think it looks better, fuller. So you see how I have it just pinned and stuff. All I literally did was grab the little tails of the hair, gave it a little back brush so that way I've got some scragglies. And then I take the little scragglies at the bottom and roll them up and pin it to the bottom hairline area.
It's like a faux bob, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And then we have our finished style. Just one crazy piece because I don't have hairspray. Back here. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, then I know Rachel put an assignment up, and I believe it is for you guys to find and recreate a victory roll style. Yeah. Make sure you attach your inspiration picture.